Hello again everyone, Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Came to bring you a video on the Jedi Kinetic Combat Jedi Shadow Tank. This is my main tank. This and the Assassin, same class, just light side, dark side. These are my favorite. If you watch my Assassin video, then you'll know this is definitely my main tank. I thoroughly enjoy Assassin tanks. They are my favorite for a couple reasons. One is stealth. I love bypassing things. When I don't have to kill it, I will bypass it. Let me just get right into the build for you and a couple things you'll need to know. Tank's job, obviously, take damage, mitigate damage, and hold threat. That's your job. You don't really have to worry about damage output because you have DPS for that. So, that being in mind, you still can do a little DPS, but you are not going to rock the charts by any means. These are just the combat proficiencies I run. You can look at them, choose different ones if you want. This is just what I run. Celerity, Lambast, Shadow Shelter, Fade, Misdirection, Egress, Mind over Matter, Stalker Swiftness. I use this for the sole purpose if you kill someone after you Shadow Stride to them within 10 seconds, you get Shadow Stride back. Very great for darting all over the place. Just remember to aim for the weakest enemy. And Avenging Grip. So you can look at them. Those are the ones I run. You might run something else. That's alright too. Now, that being said, I do have biochem on this tank, so I do have the benefit of being able to reuse all of these, which is great because this gives me a reusable med pack, and with your Force Cloak, you can get this back in a fight instead of just not having it. Bonus of being an assassin. I also use the Shield Adrenaline, so absorbs 30% of damage up to 84 and change thousand for 15 seconds. Awesome. And I use the Defense Endurance Stim. Those are the ones I use. I also have a shield of 45% because with Kinetic Ward, you get the extra 15% for 20 seconds. It's really, really great. So my absorption isn't that high. It's only 27.58. But that's where I am. The tactical I use is 2 cloaks, so you get 2 Force Cloaks. Amazing. When you're a cheese tank, you get to cheese more. Great. It works very, very well. Also running the Termination. So, Termination set reduces spin kick and grants you 10% damage reduction for 6 seconds. Damage reduction from spinning kick. Great. And, of course, with every gear set, the one-piece Amplified Champion. So, that's what I'm running. Those are my stats. Did I min-max them efficiently? Probably not, but that's the way it works. On your amplifiers, big change coming. 6.2, I believe. You can, they're capped on the amount they can charge you for re-rolling amplifiers. Amplifiers get expensive. I have spent hundreds of millions of credits rolling amplifiers. This is as good as I got. On guard. If you want to do all armor pen for a little extra damage, roll all armor pen. I just haven't got those completely done yet because hundreds of millions of credits. Remember, it is very expensive right now to re-roll amplifiers. And I don't believe there's a cap. So, yeah, even if you roll them from the start to only 50,000 per roll, it costs you $1 million to re-roll one item. So, it adds up very quickly. Now, getting into the abilities. What are your key abilities? Slow time. Project. 1 and 2 to build Harnessed Shadows. Harnessed Shadows, on the third one, from either of these abilities, will grant you Cascading Debris, and this will be your main damage. So, You can use your Force Potency when this is lit up on Cascading Debris, or when Project is lit up, you can use it on that. To light it up, use Double Strike. This will have a chance to light up your ability. It doesn't always, but it has a chance. Also, Shadow Strike has a chance as well. So with this lit up, you can use Force Potency with it, or Force Potency with the Cascading Debris when it is lit up. Cascading should be number 1 option. This is number 2. Like it said, Spinning Kick gives you a little bit of defensive. Your main defensive ability will be Kinetic Ward. Use this. Watch it tick down. With this ticking down, you have another passive ability. So you do not want to refresh this when this is on cooldown. See, it's only halfway. You want to wait till it's close to the very bottom before it falls off. Otherwise, you will lose your passive, which gives you a better deflection chance. Resilience, you'll use this all the time. It gives you the 200% for 5 seconds to resist force and tech abilities. Very great. You will also use deflection quite a bit, but it has a 2-minute cooldown versus a 1-minute cooldown for resilience. The great thing about Battle Readiness is it does restore 15% of your max health. The only health restoring ability for your Jedi Shadow Tank. These are all my interrupts. These are your mind controls. Now, to get into the cheesing phase. Oh, sorry, and I forgot this is your Spinning Strike, your big damage dealer when they're under 30%. Or, because I took the combat proficiency, Spinning Strike is available when you use Shadow Stride. So, getting into the cheesing part. Why Assassin tanks are great tanks. If you are about to take massive damage and you don't want to take that damage, you can Force Cloak out of it. Only works in group. I can't stress that enough. If you do it in solo, you will reset the combat phase. So, if it's just you and your companion and you Force Cloak, it will reset. If everyone in your group is dead and you Force Cloak, it will reset. Remember that. Very, very key. But in the situation, there's people alive, and you want to mitigate damage and not take the big hits like some Operation Boss is going to give you. You wait till the ability there, Force Cloak out. The ability will cancel. Then you come back and you must have some mind control because you need to taunt him again. You will lose all your aggro. You need to remember that. I like to mind control and then slow time. And then also you can breach because it generates a high amount of threat as well. So remember that. When you're Force Cloaking out, you need to have some way to aggro them back. Otherwise, you will lose out. Now that being said, that's pretty much it about the tank spec. It's very fun to run. It's great. You can really cheese a lot of damage by forcing in and out, and that is why you're running 2 cloaks. So you have 2 charges of that Force Cloak. Very, very good. Very. That's the only one I ever run in the tactical, except in the rare situation. I guess it's not that rare, but Go to Sleep gives you 2 mind control abilities. So Mind Maze, it gives you 2 of them. So you can actually go through Hammer Station, and if you're the only one that's a stealth, you can actually mind control both snipers and just walk through. Your group can walk through. So it does have its advantages. I have that tactical on all my assassins because I believe we're the only one that can have it. Mind controlling 2 enemies at once. And you can swap tacticals in and out. There's no cooldown as long as you're not in combat. So that's pretty much it. It's very fun to play. Just get out there. You got to try it. You get the hang of it. You'll have to play around with it, but you can get the hang of Force Cloaking in, Force Cloaking out, and getting the threat back. So if you have any questions on it, leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. It does help me a lot. And this was Deflect from Firm But Fair Gaming.